What's up, E34 enthusiasts? So I'm gonna deal with this shift knob. I was looking for a replacement, and these wood ones, I mean, this is actually cracked a little, but it's still very nice. It matches literally all the other trim. They're like 200, 300 bucks. I'm not doing that. But basically, the spring or something, it's just kind of weird. I don't know if that's normal or not, but I feel like pushing this button doesn't really activate anything. It just feels really floppy. So we're gonna take this off. We're gonna turn on ignition so we can actually shift. All the way here is a 3mm Allen screw. Okay, came out pretty easy. Now I don't have a cover here. I really cannot drop this down there. We're actually going to shift it back forward. Okay, we got the screw out, and now in theory, it does indeed come out. So inside this shifter, there is a little pin that this lever controls. And that's what this little hole goes into. So you can actually attach it through that pretty easily. I wish there was some spring feedback. So we're gonna try modifying this. There's not much space between the handle and the shifter. It's just pretty snug on there. We're gonna take this inside and figure something out.
So before I show you my fix, I'm going to show you what I found on the internet. So the text on the left is a person who put a spring under the plastic lever. Meanwhile, the two pictures on the right are from a different person who used a piece of sponge under the lever. So basically the guy on the left in the text was explaining that he was able to take the pin out of the lever, as you can see in the top right. That person also took the pin out. And under the plastic lever, it seems like he tried a certain kind of spring, and you got to make sure that that plastic lever can fully seat into the handle when you have a spring in there. That's going to be really important so that you can actually mount the handle back onto the shifter. But the person on the right used some styrofoam, PPF foam, and wedged it under the lever, probably glued it in there, and he said that worked for him too. So now I'm going to show you what I did. I used a spring in the white rod section.
Now I got this new spring made. This is what I'm gonna put inside the handle. I made it from a spring that kind of looks like this. So I did cut these repeating rings off the top and bottom, and then I bent it up and outwards so that it can fit just like that. And it's important that your spring is smaller than the actual rod. Very important. I tried one just before, like this, and it's actually thicker, as you can see, and it just doesn't work right. And I think there's just too much height here, while this one can get really small. So something like these will not work. These big springs has to be small. I got my pliers here. We're gonna install this thing. Alright, so just like that, we got the spring installed. It's kind of an impossible angle to film in. But the spring is down there, and that upper loop is around the rod that connects to the lever. So we're going to center that up a bit. Just like that. So now, as you can see, the spring is directly in the center because the outer rims end up being filled in by the actual shifter rod. So with that, we'll shove this guy back in. It'll probably center itself as you push it on the shifter gently. So we're going to try that. All right. I hope that's on. The screw is kind of acting like it's on. Not quite. Maybe a little bit up. Yep. And we're tight. And now we have some spring feedback. Oh, that is very nice. Oh, I like that. Oh, that feels so much better. All right. Well, I hope that lasts a while. All right, and that'll do it for this. To get a spring into the automatic shifter lever. Anyway, I know I haven't been posting a long time on this channel. You know, life gets busy if anyone really cares. But thanks for 100 subscribers. It's been I think the last upload I made was at like 90. And now I think I'm at like 170 or so. I'm not sure. I'll say thanks for that. I'm actually currently doing a whole bunch of work. We have the whole back seat out because we are changing the rear coilovers, which have to be accessed from the top. And we're doing the speakers because those are blown out. We're doing all coilovers, all calipers. We're doing a whole bunch of stuff. And anyway, subscribe to stay tuned for that. And anyway, see you in the next one.